cool thing is, like, this chicane segment, we can move over, and, you know, there's parts we can move. But yeah, new track layout tonight after racing. If you want to stick around and help, we will definitely appreciate it.
Stan McDonald. 28.6.
All right, let's see. Ron, Matt, Dave, Martin, Theo, Anthony, and Stan, our lineup for race number 1. I know Anthony asked for a moment here. Let's see if we can get him on track.
Flat.
What's up? Okay. Let's get all of our turn marshals out here. Kevin, Brian, Barry, Brian, Brandon, and Julian. If I can get all you guys to the track at this time, we're about ready to go racing.
Shefty 4.7.
Just waiting for this computer to respond. Just give me a moment, guys.
18.5.
There we go. All right, Martin Arroyo. All right, looks like we got all of our turn marshals out here. All right, folks, we're going live loop, so when you cross the line, your time will begin. All right, we got Kreider going 17.7, Williams 18.0, Theo 19.0. Got Matt down the straightaway with a 20.5, Stan going 26. And Dave down the back straightaway. Lap number 2 and 18.0. Williams going 17.7. So I'll put Kreider and Williams 1/10 of a second apart after 2 laps. Yeah, 50 seconds in, 5:10 to go, drivers. Right now it's Dave, Ron, Theo, Matt, Stan, Martin. 1 minute down, 5 minutes to go. Fast lap so far. Matt going 17.6. Actually just improving to a 17.1 that time around. All right, Kreider and Williams just half a second apart. Got Williams 1 second up on Dowdy. Dowdy 8/10 up on Lynn. Lynn 1 second ahead of Arroyo. Arroyo 5.5 up on McDonald. We got minute 25 down, 4:35 remaining, drivers. Right now it's Dave Kreider, 20 flat, 4 pace. Got Ron 2002, Matt 2003, Theo 2013, Martin 2015, Stan 16. Got minute 45 down, 4:15 to go. All right, so Dave currently Matt now to the top. Matt 0.02 ahead of Ron. Ron 0.1 ahead of Dave. These 3 drivers within just about 2/10 of a second. Got 2 minutes down, 4 minutes remaining. Oh man, Mirafonte having to go on a search and rescue mission. Oh. 2:15 down, drivers, 3:45 left. $2.30 down, 3:30 remains. Looks like Dave not going to make it to the finish. That will make the battle between Matt and Ron. Got 2:45 down, 3:15 to go, drivers. Oh, we got Ron, Matt, Martin, Theo, Stan, Dave. Your full running order here. 3 minutes down, 3 minutes to go. Got Ron Williams 1.5 ahead of Matt. We got Martin 1.2 ahead of Theo. So there are 2 battles going on right now. 3:15 down, drivers, 2:45 remaining. Fast lap, Matt going 17-1. Got Ron going 17-7. Martin 17-6. Theo 17-9. Got Stan 19-9. Got 2:25 remaining here. Careful in the rhythm section, drivers. Go outside. Go outside. That's clear. Ron Williams going 17-4 that time by. That puts him on top of the leaderboard. Martin making a move to the 2 spot now. Followed by Theo, Matt, Stan, Dave. We got 4 minutes in, drivers. 2 minutes to go. All right, 1:50 left in this one. A minute 30 remains. Williams, Arroyo, Lynn, Dowdy, McDonald, Kreider. Your full running order. Got Ron 1.5 ahead of Martin. Martin 3.2 ahead of Theo. Theo 0.9 ahead of Matt. Matt a lap up on Stan. We got 1:15 to go, drivers. 75 seconds left. So Williams pace now 20:01. Got Martin 20:03. Theo 20:08. Matt 20:09. Stan 17:20. 1 minute left, drivers. 1 minute to go. .45 seconds remain. Ron 1 second ahead of Martin. Martin 3.8 ahead of Matt. Matt 0.1 ahead of Theo. 35 seconds remain. Go outside on the back straight. That is clear. 30 seconds remain. And Martin Arroyo taking over the top spot. 15 seconds to go. Martin 0.08 ahead of Ron. Those guys are about 5 seconds ahead of Matt. Matt now 8 seconds up on Theo. All right, this is the final stretch, drivers.
Ron
All right,
Williams
yep.
done.
Oh.
Matt Dowdy done. Ten Quartet done. Stan McDonald done.
All right, one more car, guys.
All drivers are finished.
All right, so Martin
Martin
Arroyo
Arroyo
going to
done.
take that one, going 20:01. Got Ron Williams 20:02. Matt goes 20:06. Theo 20:18, and Stan 17:23. All right, I'm going to need my drivers from that last race to come on out. Up next, race number 2. All right, Brian Ray, Ryan, Tony, Harold, and Scott.
Tony Vega. Ryan R. Randall. Ray Silione. Brian Merck.
Is Harold Whizbang still
Scott
here?
Garrett.
Tony, is Rich still around? Ah.
One minute to the start of the race.
All right, folks. We're About ready to get this show on the road. We got our turn marshals. We got our
45 seconds
racers.
to the start of the race.
We're going racing. All right, first lap, we got Tony Vega going 16.5, looking alive. Ray going 17.0, Scott 17.3, Ryan 17.3, Brian going 20. We got 35 seconds in the books. And right now, Tony Vega, 2 laps in on a 22-lap pace. So is Ray. Got Ryan currently working a 21-lapper. So is Scott. 50 seconds in. All right, Vega, Saloni, Randall, Yao, Merck, your full order. Yeah, Tony, 22.09. He is 1/10 ahead of Ray. Ray on a 22.10 and trouble for your race leader. That is going to move him down the leaderboard. Right now it's going to be Saloni picking it up. Saloni, 22.10 in the works. We got a minute 30 down, 4:30 to go. And let's see, Ray Saloni now 1.3 ahead of Ryan. Ryan 2.5 ahead of Scott. Scott 3.6 ahead of Tony. Tony 3.7 ahead of Brian. Got buck 45 in, 4:15 to go. Fast lap, Ray Saloni going 16.4. Got Ryan Randall 16.6. Tony Vega 16.5. Brian going 17.0 and Scott going 17.3. Just past 2 minutes in. This time around, we got Saloni 2 seconds now up on Ryan. Ryan 3.8 ahead of Scott. Scott 2.7 ahead of Tony. Tony 6.4 ahead of Brian. 2:30 down, 3:30 remains. Got Ray 4.2 ahead of Ryan. Ray's pace now 22.09. Ryan on 21.03. Scott 21.10. Tony 21.14. And Brian 20.16. 3:15 remains, drivers. All right, race leader driving the blue, orange, and gray. Orange, gray, and blue, rather. Orange is the dominant color on that car. Got Ryan Randall driving the pink white with the blue trim. Got Tony Vega up to the 3 spot driving the silver bullet. Yes, we got another silver bullet out there. Yeah, 3:20 down, 2:40 to go. All right, Ray Saloni 22.13, Ryan Randall 21.02, Tony Vega 21.09, Scott Yao 21.13, Brian Merck 20.10. Got 3:40 down, 2:20 to go. All right, Saloni going 16.3 that time around. Orange, gray, and blue making his way over that tabletop to the wall ride. Into the switchbacks. Around the bend, down the back straight. 2 minutes to go, drivers. So Ray 5 seconds ahead of Ryan. Ryan 2.7 ahead of Tony. Careful in the rhythm, guys. Careful in the rhythm. Careful in the rhythm. That is clear. 1:45 remains. At Saloni 22.11, Randall going 21.01, Vega 21.05, Yao 21.12, and Merck 20.10. Minute 30 to go, drivers. 90 seconds now. All right, Saloni 5.5 ahead of Randall. Randall 1.3 ahead of Vega. Vega 7.1 ahead of Yao. Yao 12 seconds up on Merck. right, 55 seconds remaining now. Saloni 6.2 ahead of Randall. Randall 0.7 ahead of Vega. Vega 8.1 ahead of Yao. Yao 12 ahead of Merck. 45 to go. Saloni 22.11. Randall 21.01. Vega 21.02. Yao 21.12 and Merck 20.08. All right, 10 seconds left, drivers. 10 seconds to go. All right, Vega going 16 for that lap.
Ryan
That will
R.
propel
Randall
him
done.
up to the 2 spot.
Brian Merck done. Ray
Keep
Silioni
going,
done.
guys.
Tony Vega done.
All right, one more car. And that'll be a
drivers
race,
are
guys.
finished.
Ray Saloni going
Scott Yo done.
22.11. Tony Vega goes 22.16. Ryan 21.01. Scott 21.17. And Brian 20.06. All right, moving on to race 3.
Leader. Too Soon Jr. AJ Cardinale. Lucas Sichiglowski.
All right, race 3. Steve, Omar, Lucas, Art, Jeff, Jordan, and Mike. My turn marshals making
Jordan
their way to the
Rivera.
course. Thank you guys for being quick.
Omar Man and Salsa. Steve Loom. One minute to the start of the race.
Careful at the tabletop, guys.
45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, you guys ready to go? All right, we're going racing.
15 seconds to the
Less than
start of the
5.
race.
Loop is live. All right, folks. Got everybody off to a start. This is heat number 3 on track. Omar 16.3, Mike 16.4, Jeff 16.2, Lucas 16.6, Jordan 16.8, Steve 16.9, Art 16.9. Everybody in the 16s on the opener. 35 seconds in. Oh, man, Omar getting the short end of that one. We got 45 seconds in. All right, Jeff Miranda, 15.9, driving the blue and white. So right now it's going to be Jeff, Mike, Steve, Art, Lucas, Omar, and Jordan, your full running order. As for paces, let me get one more lap here. All right, Jeff Miranda out front, 23.13 in the works. Got Art 22.07, Steve 22.08, Lucas 22.12, Omar 22.13, Jordan 21.02, Mike 21.05. minute 45 down, 4:15 to go. All right, Jeff Miranda going 15.7. Just a couple laps ago here. First car in the 15s in this qualifier. Everybody else still right on the verge, low 16s. Got 2:15 in, 3:45 remaining. Miranda's pace now 23:12. Got Cardinale 22:07. Manansala 22:09. Rabara 22:11. Hughes 22:13. Leung going 22:15. And Lucas on 20 flat. 2:30 down drivers, 3:30 to go. .240 in, 3:20 to go. Miranda 23:11, Cardinale 22:07, Omar 22:10, Jordan 22:11, Mike also 22:11. Got Steve 21 flat, Lucas 21:16. 3 minutes in, 3 minutes to go. A little bit of a buggy train making its way down the back straight. .315 in, 2:45 remains. All right, 3:30 down, 2:30 to go. Jeff, Jordan, Omar, Mike, Art, Steve, Lucas. So we got Jeff 6.5 ahead of Omar. Omar 0.2 ahead of Jordan. Jordan just 0.8 ahead of Mike. Mike 1 second ahead of Art. Art 1.9 ahead of Steve. Steve 9 seconds up on Lucas. Got just under 2 minutes remaining. Mid-pack battle going strong. Jeff Miranda starting to pull away, but Jordan, Omar, Mike, Art, and Steve all within just a couple of seconds here. Got a minute 40 to go. Jeff 23:13 continuing the lead. Jordan 22:06, Omar 22:07, Mike 22:07, Art 22:09, Steve 22:12, Lucas 21:09. Careful after the rhythm section, guys. That is clear. Got a minute 15 to go. So order now, Jeff, Jordan, Mike, Art, Omar, Steve, Lucas. Got just over a minute to go, drivers. Miranda still about 7 seconds up. Rabara 1.6 ahead of Hughes. Hughes 1.6 ahead of Cardinale. Cardinale 0.4 ahead of Manansala. Manansala 0.4 ahead of Leung. And Steve about 10 seconds clear of Lucas. Got 40 seconds remaining, drivers. .30 seconds left. .20 seconds to go. Careful in the rhythm, guys. Careful in the rhythm. That is clear. 10 seconds left. And closest battle to the finish going to be Mike, Omar, Art. Actually, now it's going to be Steve and Omar to the finish, just 0.3 apart.
Leader done. Jordan Rivera done. Lucas Cichigloski done. AJ Cardinale done. Omar Man and Salsa done. Too Soon Jr. done.
All right, that'll be a
All
race.
drivers
Jeff
are finished.
Miranda goes 23 laps. 23:14. Got Jordan 22:04. Mike 22:07. Art goes 22:09. Steve at 22:13. Omar also 22:13. And Lucas 20:02. All right, folks, moving on to race 4. Race number 4.
Fairy Soppet. Rice cakes. Goompa.
He's not shitting
Kevin
everywhere,
Allen.
so not chewing everything. He's getting there. Yeah, dude, if I was single, that dog would be such a panty dropper.
1 minute to the start of the race.
All right, we got our marshals
BP.
making their way out.
45 seconds to the start of
Let's
the race.
see. Can I get a check from Taylor? There's Julian. Julian, do you have a
30 seconds to the start
transponder?
of the race.
Is it plugged in correctly? Hey, can one of you guys check out that transponder? Make sure it's plugged in the right way. Make sure it's got a little light.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
It just might be backwards. It's a new car. It's a new car.
Less than 5.
All right, guys, got a track change tonight. Are you all excited?
So excited.
All right, folks, just a second here, hopefully. We'll get that ride back on the course. All right, we'll be back to the racing action momentarily. In the meantime, we got Speed Factory coming up this weekend, guys. That is the first race of the Need for Speed series. We got that date out in Speed Factory, Ripon, this Saturday night. Gates open 4 o'clock. Racing starts, I believe, 7 o'clock. We got 2 dates after that coming up here at NorCal Hobbies. They'll both be Saturday nights. One of them's July 19th. I remember that one because it's the day I was born. We also have an August date. And then in September, we'll conclude that series at Speed Factory. So, it's going to be a pretty cool series. You guys should check it out. From what I hear, AstroTurf, you can pretty much drop your car from NorCal on that surface and be pretty dang close. I mean, we do run Astro tires here. Kind of makes sense. I'm hearing the tire of choice there is Sirens. I'm going to try Mezzos, though. I'm bringing Mezzos. I'll bring Sirens, but I'm bringing Mezzos. Yeah, me too. I got some Sirens. I got some Mezzos. Really? What happened? What the heck? Yeah, we'll get them going. Just give it a second. It's only 7 o'clock, guys, so let's try to get that car on track. So yeah, Speed Factory this Saturday. Got the NorCal Belt Championships coming up at the end of the month. Going a little out of order here, but we got the Enduro coming up. The Enduro should be really fun. I encourage you guys to all give it a chance. It'll be awesome. even if you don't have a partner, show up on race day. I know we're going to have some race day partnerships forming. In fact, I'll be looking for a race day partner myself. Just going to see who shows up on race day. Well, it's basically 2-car teams. Got to have a 10-scale buggy. But yeah, show up to the Enduro, guys. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. You don't want to miss out. Do you guys, those of you who were there, you remember Andrew's birthday party from last year? Yeah, it's going to be kind of like that. It's going to be cool.
So there's going to be hookers and blow?
You're paying for it, right?
Yeah.
All right, so we're trying to get a transponder in the ride of Julian. So NorCal Belt Championships coming up. That's going to be a 2-day event. Yeah, Saturday, Sunday. You don't have to do both days, though. If you can only make Sunday, you can just do Sunday. Well, I think we have a Sunday qualifier. I got to look at the flyer again, but I believe we have a Sunday qualifier. Got to double check the flyer on that one. Okay.
Julian Taylor.
All right. We're all checked in. Okay. We are going racing. Okay, lap number 1, Barry going 16.3. Brian 15.6. Kevin is 16.2. Brian 16.0. Brandon 16.8. Julian 17.2. We got 30 seconds in, 5:30 remaining. All right, we got Mirafuente out front. 2 laps in the books on a 23.04 for pace. Barry Soppe going 23.12. Kevin Allen 23.12 as well. Brandon Perea 22 flat. Brian Gross 22.05. Julian on a 21 at the moment. We got 4:55 remaining in this race. Barry Soppe going 15.6 that time around. Brian going 15.9. All right, folks, so we got 125 down, 4:35 to go. Right now it is Soppe out front on a 23.10. Perea 23.14, Allen 23.15, Gross 22.01, Mirafuente 22.09, and Taylor 21.08. Got buck 45 in, 4:15 remaining. This is race number 4. After this, we'll take, 5-10 minute break, and we'll go right back into round 2. 2 minutes in, 4 minutes remain. All right, 3:45 remaining. Barry Soppe now 2.6 ahead of Brandon. Brandon 0.3 ahead of Kevin. Kevin 0.2 ahead of Bryant. Bryant 5 seconds ahead of Julian. Julian 1.7 ahead of Brian. Almost everybody in the 15s here, and Pretty sure that'll happen before the end of this one. 2:40 in, 3:20 to go. Barry Soppet, 23:08 out front. Mirafonte, 23:15. Brandon Perea, 23:15 as well. Kevin going 23:15 now as well. Julian at 22:09 and Brian at 22:14. All right, so Barry now 2 seconds ahead of Brian. Brian 1.1 ahead of Brandon. Brandon 0.1 ahead of Kevin. Kevin 6.6 up on Brian. Brian 1 second ahead of Julian. Got 2:40 to go, drivers. $3:30 down, 2:30 to go. Race leader driving the white car through that rhythm section. Bryant in the 2 spot, driving the blue ride. Kevin in the 3, white and yellow. Perea driving the orange. Gross with the multicolored car. And Taylor running a new car, so he's got the white paint job tonight. Oh, you're right. I said orange out of habit. He is rocking the purple tonight. All right, folks. 4 minutes down, 2 to go. Careful back straight. I might change things up a little. All right. Back straight. There you go. So Mirafonte now to the top spot. Brandon in the 2, followed by Kevin, Barry, Julian, and Brian. Got a $1:30 to go. Bryant 23:10, Brandon 23:13, Kevin 23:14, Barry also 23:14, Julian 22:08, and Brian 22:10. Got a minute 10 remaining. All right, 1 minute to go, drivers. Perea going 15.6 that time around. He's about 2.5 back of Bryant. Barry 1.3 behind Brandon. Kevin 0.2 back of Barry. Julian 8 seconds off of Kevin. And Brian 1.5 back of Julian. We got 45 seconds left. Careful in the middle, guys. Need a little help in the middle. Thank you, Steve. 35 seconds remain. This is race 4 coming to a close. Our opening round on a Wednesday night. Of course, we will be racing this Friday night. I'll be your host. Eric is heading to Fresno for the weekend. So I'll be your host on Friday. 10 seconds remain.
Goomba done.
Oh, careful on
Rice
the left.
cakes
Careful
done.
on the left.
BP done. Julian Taylor done. All drivers are finished.
That will be a
Kevin
race.
Allen done.
Bryant goes 23:08. Brandon 23:13. Kevin 23:19. Brian 22:10. Julian 22:15. Barry getting 21 laps. All right, folks, take a short break here, and we'll get right back into racing. Let's aim for 5 minutes, guys. 5 minutes, we'll get race 1 on the road.
Chef Dave. Anthony Zachiglowski.
All right, folks, it's about that time. We are going racing. Race number 1 will be Martin, Ron, Matt, Theo, Stan, Dave, and Anthony. Turn marshals will be Brian, Brandon, Kevin, Brian, Julian, and Barry.
Car Ted.
Yep.
Race numero uno. C.
Martin Arroyo. Matt Dowdy. One minute to the start of the race.
All right, I may need some turn marshals.
45 seconds to the
Oh
start
my
of the
guys,
race.
from the previous
Stan
race, race
McDonald.
number 4, I may need you guys out here. Oh, Stan going for the triple there.
Ron Williams. 30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, I may need some turn marshals, guys. Oh, back straight, start finish line. Careful at the end of the back straight. That did not sound good.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Oh man, so Anthony out of
Less
this
than
one.
5.
All right, let's see. I'm gonna need somebody in the middle, somebody to join Barry on the left. I'm gonna need a little help, guys. I should have Bryant, Brandon, Kevin, Brian, Julian, and Barry. I should have 6 marshals out here. Okay, got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, I believe we got 2 over here, 2 there, 2 there. Should be good. Should be good. You guys looking for treasure? He's looking for treasure down there. Really? All right, folks, we're going to get this one going. Yeah, let me know if you find anything good down there.
Got a B64. The whole thing.
The whole thing? All right, Kreider going 18-0, Williams 18-1, Arroyo 18-5, Theo 18-8, Matt 18-2, Stan 20.86. We got 35 seconds in the books. All right, 45 seconds in, 5:15 to go. Kreider on top of the leaderboard, followed by Dowdy, Williams, Arroyo, Lynn, and McDonald. So we got Dave 1.2 ahead of Matt, Matt 0.1 ahead of, well, Dave now 1 second ahead of Ron, Ron 0.1 ahead of Matt, Matt 0.9 ahead of Theo. Those guys 0.7 ahead of Martin, Martin 9 up on Stan. We're just a minute 15 in. Kreider's pace currently 21 laps. Got Ron 20:05, Theo 2012, Martin 2014, Matt now 2010, Stan going 17, 130 down, 430 left in this race. Fast lap so far, Kreider 17:4, got Williams 17:8, Dowdy going 17:7, Arroyo going 17:8, Dowdy now going 17:2. You guys are starting to pick up the pace here. We're almost 2 minutes in. Dave 21:13. He's 2.5 ahead of Matt, who's 0.2 ahead of Ron. Oh, a little help in the rhythm section. Thank you, Brian. So Dave now 3.2 ahead of Matt. Matt 0.4 ahead of Ron. Ron 0.6 ahead of Theo. Theo 0.5 ahead of Martin. Got 3:45 left in this race.
I think I scared him.
At 2:35 in, 3:25 to go. At 3:15 remaining, drivers. Dave, Matt, Martin, Ron, Theo, Stan. Yeah, Dave currently 21:10 for pace. Matt on a 20:02. Ron 20:02. Martin 20:03. Theo 20:12. And Stan 17:15.
Backflip.
Careful in the rhythm section, guys. Be careful in the rhythm section.
Yeah, Kevin.
And that is clear. 2:45 remains. All right, Dave now 4.5 up on Ron. Ron's now 1.6 ahead of Martin. Martin 1.3 ahead of Matt. Matt 2.3 ahead of Theo. 2:25 to go, racers. This is race 1 on track. Opening race of the second round here on Wednesday night. 2:10 remains. Fast lap being reset by Dowdy a couple laps ago, going 17:1. Got Dave also 17:1, Ron at 17:5, Martin 17:3, Theo was 17:8. Got just under 2 minutes remaining. A minute 40 to go, drivers. 120, drivers. 120 remaining. Dave 4.5 ahead of Ron. Ron 1 second ahead of Martin. Martin 4.7 ahead of Matt. Matt 0.02 ahead of Theo. And Theo will lap up on Stan. Got just over 1 minute to go, drivers.
Let him by, Theo.
All right, leader driving that green car. Coming up on Theo next. Good teamwork. Careful in the rhythm, guys. Careful in the rhythm. 40 seconds left. "30 seconds to go, drivers." "20 to go, drivers. 20 seconds left. Gotta say, after letting the leader by, Theo doing a pretty good job of throwing out the tow rope. That's why I usually tell drivers, when the leader goes by, just try to mimic his lines. Learn what you can from him.
Martin Arroyo done.
All
Stan
right, folks,
McDonald
getting
done.
into the final moments
Ron
of
Williams
race
done.
number 1.
Woo! God dang.
Chef Dave done. 10 car Ted done.
Yeah, Theo run some of his fastest laps of the race the
All
last couple
drivers are
laps there.
finished. Matt Dowdy done.
All right, folks, that'll be a race. Got Dave Kreider going 21:13. Martin going 20 flat. Ron 20:01. Theo 20:06. Matt 20:09. And Stan 16:01. All right, folks, I'm going to need y'all to come on out and turn marshal. Up next is race number 2. Okay, race number 2 going to be Ray, Tony, Ryan, Scott, Brian. No whiz bang.
Ryan R. Randall. Scott Yo. Brian Merck. Tony Vega.
All right, I may need some turn marshals, please. Well, Pete, I don't see a driver. I guess you're just going to have to drive it yourself, man.
1 minute to the start of the race. "45 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, well, I guess we only have 4 cars in this race, so I'm going to set you guys loose. We're going to send them.
30 seconds to the
All
start
right,
of the
we'll let these
race.
guys get all straightened out here, and we will get this show on the road. All right, Ryan Randall going 16.6. Tony Vega going 16.4. Sky going 17.4. Brian 17.8. Improving to a 17.6. We got 50 seconds in the books. Tony Vega out front. So, 3 laps in the books. Vega on 22.04. Got Randall 22.12. Merck at 21.12. Now 21.09. And Scott on 21.13. Got minute 10 down, drivers. 4:50 remaining. Oh, careful on the back straight. That is clearing up. All right, 4:35 remains. Tony Vega, 15-9. Watch out. So we got Vega out there driving the newest version of the Silver Bullet. 22:04 is the pace for Vega. Got Ryan going 22:15. Brian at 21:07. Scott at 20:13. We got just over 4 minutes remaining. Long race ahead. 2 down, 4 to go. Right now, Vega 3.5 ahead of Randall. Randall 3.5 ahead of Merck. And Merck 5 up on Scott. 3:50 remaining, drivers. All right, so Team Associated announced the B84 today. Is anybody excited about that? Audible no. Oh man, I think that kind of speaks to the state of four-wheel drive racing right now. 2:40 in, 3:20 to go. It'll be interesting to see, if they, maybe they've made some improvements to make these cars a bit more compliant with the high bite surfaces. Yeah, that is kind of one of the knocks on four-wheel right now. It doesn't seem to be a lot faster, but it is harder to drive and quite a bit more work. We'll see what Team Associated has done to mitigate those issues. All right, 3:15 in, 2:45 to go. Tony Vega, 3-second lead on Ryan Randall. Ryan now 7.9 ahead of Brian. And Brian a lap up on Scott. We got 2:30 to go, drivers. 2:30 remaining in this race. All right, 2:15 remains. Vega 4.7 ahead of Randall. Randall 7.8 ahead of Merck. Merck a lap up on Yao. We got just over 2 minutes remaining. This is race 2 on track. Second race of the round. In the second round. All right, so this is the last race on this track. We'll be doing a new track tonight. A minute 35 to go. Tony Vega 22:10, Ryan Randall 21:03, Brian Merck 21:13, Scott Yao 19:11. A minute 20 remaining here. All right, with the summer months coming, keep us in mind for any projects you might have. We got a shop full of rock crawlers, boats. The boats are actually really fun. Definitely recommend trying it out if you get a chance. And if we don't have what you're looking for, chances are we can get it for you, save you the cost of shipping, and we'll hook you up with some points. All right, folks, 50 seconds remaining. Tony Vega, 22:10. He's now almost 9 seconds up on the field. Got Ryan, 7.2 ahead of Brian. Brian, a lap up on Scott, 40 seconds left. So Vegas pace 22:09 at the moment. That'd be good enough. Let's see. Be good enough to put him in the top 7 right now. He would need to pick up a couple of seconds here to eclipse Mike Hughes. But right now it's looking like he's going to settle in between Mike and Art on the grid. 10 seconds remain. Keep on going, drivers.
Ryan R. Randall done. Tony Vega done. Brian Mert done.
All right, that
All
will
drivers
be
are
a
finished.
race, drivers.
Scott
Tony
Yo
Vega,
done.
22:09, will put him 7 overall. Ryan Randall going 21:02, Brian Merck 21:10, and Scott Yao 20:15. Okay, we're moving into race number 3 now.
Leader. Steve Loom. AJ Cardinale. Lucas Sichiglowski. Jordan Rivera.
A
Omar
little
Mann
help in the
and
middle,
Salsa.
guys. Can I get a little help at the tabletop? Oh,
Two
yo, my
Sue
drivers
Jr.
from that previous group, I might need a little volunteer help for this one. I only had 4 drivers show up for that last race. I need a little bit of help, please.
1 minute to the start of the race.
All right, I see I got one in the corner over here. I got Scott here. I got Ryan here. I got Brian here.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
I'm guessing Tony's over here. Yeah, Tony's over here. Yep. I can use one more, guys. Just need one more to help out. One more to help out. See, one more turn marshal. We'll be good to go.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
One more in the middle over by Brian on the left. See, one more turn marshal, guys. Cool. Thank you, Stan.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, folks. We are going racing.
Less than 5.
Oh, rhythm section, guys. Oh, we got Mike Hughes, fastest opening lap, 16:1. He's driving that highlighter yellow car out there. All right, lap number 2. All right, now it's going to be Steve Leung on top, followed by Omar, Mike, Lucas, Art, Jordan, and Jeff. Fastest lap so far, Mike Hughes still 16:1. He's driving that highlighter yellow TLR 22 out there. All right, Steve out front, 22:02, Mike 22:03, Omar 22:04, Lucas 22:07, Art 22:08, Jordan 22:12, and Jeff 20:11 at the moment. Got minute 20 down, 4:40 remaining. Mike Hughes now to the front, 22:02 for pace. 22:02 driving at 22. 4:22 remains. Mike Hughes continues to lead. He is 0.6 ahead of Omar. Omar 0.03 ahead of Steve. Steve 0.8 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 0.2 ahead of Lucas. Lucas 3.6 ahead of Art. Art 6.3 ahead of Jeff. 2 minutes in, 4 minutes remain. Oh, Jordan Rivera going 16:0 that time by. Got 2:15 in, 3:45 remaining. A little mess in the rhythm section. Careful in the rhythm, guys. Be careful. Last jump. Rhythm, be careful. We got 2:25 down, 3:35 to go. Mike Hughes now 1 second ahead of Omar. Omar at 0.2 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 1.1 ahead of Steve. Steve 5.2 ahead of Lucas. Lucas 0.9 ahead of Art. Art 6.7 ahead of Jeff. 250 down, drivers. 3:10 to go. Got Hughes 22:03, Omar 22:05, Jordan 22:05, Steve 22:08, Lucas 21:04, Art 21:13, Jeff 20 flat. All right, 2:25 remaining. Mike Hughes just 0.8 ahead of Jordan right now. Jordan 0.2 ahead of Omar. Omar 1.6 ahead of Steve. Steve 6.2 ahead of Lucas. Lucas 4.2 ahead of Art. Art 0.5 ahead of Jeff. Got 2:10 remaining here, folks. So Hughes, your race leader, dropping the yellow ride. Highlighter yellow. Got Omar and Jordan now 1/10 apart. Careful in the rhythm. Go inside. Go inside. All right, that is clear. We got a minute 50 to go. Hughes 22:02, Rabara 22:05, Omar 22:06, Steve 22:08, Lucas 21:02, Jeff 21:05, Art 20:02. A minute 15 remaining, drivers. $1:05 remaining in this one. Careful on the back straight, guys. That is clear. Quick action there. 45 seconds remaining. Hughes now 2.5 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 0.4 ahead of Omar. Omar 0.5 ahead of Steve. Steve 8 seconds up on Lucas. Lucas 2.5 ahead of Jeff. Jeff 13 up on Art. 30 seconds to go. Closest battle here. Jordan, Omar, and Steve all within 1.1. Got 20 seconds remaining, drivers. Ten seconds to go.
Too soon, Junior done. Leader done. Omar Man and Salsa done. Jordan Rivera done. AJ Cardinale done.
All right, one
Steve
more car,
Lynn done.
guys. One more car.
All
And that
drivers
will
are
be a
finished.
race. Mike Hughes going
Lucas Cichilowski
22:04, putting him into the top 5. Got Jordan 22:05, Omar 22:06, Steve 22:07, Lucas 22:16, Jeff 21 flat, and Art 20:06. All right, folks, moving into the final qualifier.
Barry Soppet. Rice cakes.
I think it's fentanyl. I think it's fentanyl. Hey, Dan? Oh, yeah. I really went to sleep up there.
Yeah, right?
Kevin Allen.
Yeah, hopefully I can start building mine next week, Mike. I think next week I'll have a little bit of time, maybe.
Hit me up if you need anything, Dan.
Will do. Thank you, Mike.
1 minute to the start of the race. 45 seconds to the start of the race.
Hey, I got some more Yokomo stuff for you.
Yes. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm on.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
I'll be in the C main again.
Goompa.
All right, we're going to give Andrew a
Julian
moment.
Taylor.
A moment to get a lap in. Careful back straight.
15 seconds to the start of the race. Less than 5.
All right, I think Andrew needs one more lap.
You good, Andrew?
All right, folks, we're about to get started. So if you want to take one more lap, now is your last chance. Because we will be going racing in just a few seconds. All right, everybody is on the clock here. It's our final qualifier here on Wednesday night. It is time to make it or break it. All right, Barry going 15-7, Bryant 15-8, Brandon 16-1, Brian 16-1, Julian 16-3, same as Andrew, and Kevin 16-4. 45 seconds in. Now these guys have 2 laps in the books. Gonna be Barry, Bryant, Brandon, followed by Julian, Kevin, Brian, and Andrew. 55 seconds in. Lap number 3 now being completed by our drivers. And right now, Barry Soppet on top of the board, 23:09. Bryant going 23:12. Julian 23:13. Kevin 23:11. Brandon 23:13, Brian 23:15, Andrew 22:06. Got a minute 20 down, 4:40 to go. Long race ahead. 1:30 down, 4:40 left. Bryant, Barry, Kevin, Brandon, Julian, Brian, Andrew. So we got Bryant about 4/10 up on Barry. Barry 3/10 up on Kevin. Kevin 2/10 up on Brandon. Brandon 0.006 ahead of Julian. And those guys 0.7 ahead of Brian. Brian 1.8 ahead of Andrew. Careful in the middle, guys. Got 2 minutes in, 4 minutes left. .45 remains. Bryant now going 15-6. He's driving the blue car out there. Soppet driving the white and silver. Kevin Allen driving the yellow and white. Julian driving the white car tonight. BP trying some new colors. Kind of reminds me, it looks like Paria's paint job with Rabara's colors. 3:15 to go, drivers. Got Barry Soppet 23:08. Got Bryant also 23:08. Got Kevin 23:12. Julian 22 flat. Brandon 22:01. Andrew 22:02. And Brian 22:04. Got 2:50 remaining, drivers. Just under 3 minutes to go. Fastest lap, Mirafuente at 15:6. Got Soppet at 15:7. Allen 15:9. Perea 15:8. Taylor 16:0. Knowles 16:0. Gross 15:9. 3:30 down, 2:30 to go. Oh, Andrew Knoll that time by going 15:8. Brandon going 15:7. Bryant going 15:4. Got 2:15 remaining. Right now, Bryant is 0.7 ahead of Barry. Barry 4.6 ahead of Brandon. Brandon 0.1 ahead of Kevin. Kevin 0.3 ahead of Julian. Julian 0.3 ahead of Andrew. Andrew 1.9 ahead of Brian. 2 minutes, drivers. 2 minutes remain. All right, 1:30 remains. Brian, Barry, Brandon, followed by Kevin, Julian, Andrew, Brian. All right, 1:15 remaining in this race. One minute to go, drivers. 1 minute to go. Bryant now 5.8 ahead of Barry. Barry 1.1 ahead of Brandon. Brandon 2.1 ahead of Kevin. Kevin 1.8 ahead of Andrew. Andrew 0.4 ahead of Julian. Well, things mixing up towards the back, actually. So, yeah, Bryant gaining a few spots there. 40 seconds to go. New order, Bryant, Barry, Brandon, Kevin, Brian, Andrew, and Julian. 30 seconds left. Wow. Lucky bounce. I'll give you $1 if you can do it again. All right, folks. Getting close to the finish here.
Kevin Allen done. Goomba done. Rice cakes done. Julian Taylor done. Andrew Newell done.
All right, 2 more.
Barry Soppa
And
done.
that will be a race,
All
drivers.
drivers are finished.
It's going to be Brian
MVP
Mirafonte
done.
going 23:05. Brandon goes 23:12. Barry 23:14. Kevin 22 flat. Brian 22:02. Andrew 22:04. Julian 22:08. All right, folks, I'll get the main event sorted out. I'll get back at you in just a few minutes. All right, folks. We're going to take one bump up from each lower main tonight. Our first race up, the D group, going to be Scott, Martin, Ron, Matt, Theo, Stan, and Anthony. Race number 2, our C group, going to be Tony, Art, Ray, Lucas, Ryan, Brian, and Dave. Race number 3 is going to be Mike, Jordan, Andrew, Omar, Steve, and Julian. And race number 4, our A main, going to be Bryant, Brandon, Barry, Jeff, Kevin, and Brian. All right, folks, let's see. Get started about 8 o'clock. maybe just after 8 o'clock. We'll get this program on the road. So, Scott, Martin, Ron, Matt, Theo, Stan, Anthony, you guys are race number 1. Winner of each lower main goes to the next one.
Chef Dave. Eighteen flat. Eighteen flat. 17-3. Andrew Newell. $17-6. $17-4. $17-2. $18-7. 29.9. $17-8. $17-4. Lucas Sichiglowski. $18-5. 56.4. 16-4. Ray Silioni. $17-4. 16-4. 30.8. $31 flat. $19-7. 26.8. 35.1. $18-1. 16-7. 19-2. $18-8. 18-6. 48.2. 17-1. 17-1, 17-1, 17-6, 20.3, 17-5, 18-9, 17-3, 16-5, 17-4, 17 flat, 37.6, 16-2, 17-6, 17-3, 17-2, 16-2, 17-3, 16-6, 17-2, 16-6, 48.7, 23.2, 16-4, 18-7, 16-4, 17-1, 16-4, 17-4, 20.2, 16-7, 16-2, Julian Taylor, 16-5, 16 flat, 16-3, 18-8, 16-1, 16-2, 16-5, 16-9, 16-1. 33.4. 16-1. 16-3. 16-3.
All right, folks, it is time for race number 1. All right, race number 1 is going to be Scott, Martin, Ron, Matt, Theo, and Stan, and maybe Anthony. Turn marshals will be my drivers from race number 4, my A main event. All
Matt
right,
Dowdy.
A main drivers Brandon, Barry, Jeff, Kevin, and Brian. I'm going to need you guys to the track, please.
One minute to the start of the race. Scott Yo. "45 seconds to the start of the race. Martin Arroyo.
All right, folks, looking for turn marshals.
30
Also
seconds
waiting for
to
the rest of
start
our
the
drivers
race.
to make their way to the driver's stand.
"15 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, looks like I got Barry, I got Brandon.
Ron
Looking for the
Williams.
rest of my turn marshals, please. All right,
Less
got
than
one in the
5.
corner over here. Hey guys, amen. Can I get you guys out here to marshal, please? Careful on the back straight. Oh, jeez.
Stan McDonald.
Ah.
Straightaway's close. Hold on. Hold on.
Hey. Probably
Anthony
shouldn't park there yet.
Zachikowski.
Yeah, you shouldn't park there.
Yeah. Park off to the side, please. All right, looks like I got Barry, I got Brian, I got Brandon, got Kevin in the corner here. Mirafuente, where are you at, bud? All right, well, looks like we're down 2 cars, unfortunately. Maybe Scott on the 1 spot, Martin on the 2, Ron 3. Looks like Theo will be on the 4, Anthony on the 5. All right, we got our marshals out here. Grid is set. Drivers, best of luck. We'll be taking the top car to the next race. We'll be racing in less than 5. All right, we got Martin out front. Oh, Ron having a look. Down the back straight we go. 20 seconds in the books. Got Martin Arroyo out front. Ron Williams in the 2 spot. Ron going wrong side of the track. That's going to move Scott to the 2. Theo moving into the 3. Help in the middle. Thank you, sir. Down the back straight goes the lead pack. Martin now 0.5 ahead of Scott. Scott just 0.8 ahead of Theo. Theo 0.5 ahead of Ron. A little trouble for Scott that time in the rhythm section. Promotes Theo to the 2. Got 50 seconds down, 5:10 to go. Martin Arroyo makes his way through the rhythm section. Leader's coming up on Anthony soon. A little trouble for Theo. That will put Ron to the 2. Scott back to the 3. Just over 1 minute down. Just under 5 minutes remain. All right, Martin going 17-1. Oh, a little trouble for Martin there. Gets back on course before Ron makes his way to the back wing. Got minute 25 in, 4:35 to go. Leader off and away down the back straight. This time by Martin, 1.8 ahead of Ron. Ron 0.5 ahead of Theo. Theo 2.5 ahead of Scott. Got minute 45 in, drivers, 4:15 to go. All right, drivers, 2 minutes down, 4 minutes remaining. All right, 2 down, 4 to go. Martin, Ron, Theo, Scott, and Anthony. Oh, a little trouble mid-pack here. Looks like Scott taking over the 3 spot. Theo now up to the 2. We got 2:30 down, 3:30 remaining, drivers. Top 2 cars separated by 4.2 seconds. Scott, Theo 2.7 ahead of Scott. Scott 1.7 ahead of Ron. Got 2:45 down, drivers. 3:15 remains. All right, careful in the rhythm section, guys. Careful in the rhythm. Go outside. That's clearing up. Got 2:45 remaining. Martin now 4.4 seconds clear of Theo Lynn. Got Theo 1.6 ahead of Scott. Got Scott 4.7 up on Ron. And Ron about 2 laps up on Anthony. We got 2:30 to go, drivers. Martin holding down fast lap of this race, going 17-1 on lap number 4. Got Ron Williams a 17-2, Theo a 17-8, Scott a 17-5. Got 2:10 left in this race. Our first main event of the night here. Winner of this one's going to go on and participate in the C-main event. All right, some PRs being set. Careful back straight. Go wide. That's clear. A minute 50 remains right now. It is Martin, 5.4 ahead of Theo and Scott. Those guys battling for the 2 spot here down the back straight. Got a minute 40 remaining here. Theo and Scott through the rhythm section. A minute 35 remains. All right, race leader is coming up on Anthony next. When you get a chance, just give him some room. Got a minute 20 to go, drivers. All right, good teamwork. Oh, Brian, move to your right. Thank you. A minute 10 remaining. Oh, careful in the rhythm section. And that is Martin going upside down. That's going to allow Theo and Scott to close in with 1 minute left. So those 3 cars on the left, that's a battle for the lead. Scott makes a move up to the 2 spot. Scott smells blood. 45 seconds remaining. Battle for a lead coming out of the rhythm section. Over the speed bump into the chicane. 35 seconds left, drivers. Leaders coming up on Anthony soon. Oh, battle for the lead continues on. We got 25 seconds left. Oh, a little wrong side there. Stop, 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 stop. Okay, you're good. Oh, careful, buddy. 10 seconds left. Oh, and Scott snags the back wheels. Careful in the rhythm, guys. time has expired. When you cross the line, you will be done. Martin Arroyo.
Martin Arroyo
will
done.
race in the C-main event.
10 Quartet done. Scott Yo done. Ron Williams
Uno
done.
Mas. And
All
that'll be a
drivers
race,
are
guys.
finished.
Martin Arroyo taking the victory,
Anthony
going to the
Zachiglowski
C-main
done.
event. Your podium for this one going to be Theo Scott Ron.
AJ Cardinale. Ryan R. Randall. Tony Vega. Ray Cilione. Brian Merck. Chef Dave.
All right, folks, this is our C-main event. Tony, Art, Ray, Lucas, Ryan, Brian, Dave, and Martin.
Lucas Zachiglowski.
Turn marshals will be my drivers from the last group. Turn marshals will be Theo, Scott, Ron, Anthony, Matt, and Stan. If you guys are still around.
1 minute to the start of the race.
All right, might need a little help on this race,
45
guys. Might need a
seconds to the
little
start
help
of
on
the
this
race.
race. Got Theo out here. Got Scott. Got Ron out here. Anthony, if I can get your help too.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, might need a little bit of help here, guys. Might need one or two to help out.
Martin
Anybody
Arroyo.
out there? Could use maybe one or two. We'll be good to
15
go.
seconds to the start of the race.
All right, we're going with 4 marshals. Nobody wants to help. Tony
Less than
on the
5.
1 spot. Art on the 2, Ray on the 3, Lucas on the 4, Ryan on the 5, Brian on the 6, Dave on the 7, Martin on the 8. All right, folks, grid is set. Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, that'd be awesome. All right, once we get the grid good, all right, grid is good. Drivers, best of luck. We are going racing, less than 5. Here we go. Got Vega leading them off. Cardinale in the 2, followed by Saloni and Lucas. Ooh, Lucas making a nice move up to the 3 spot. 15 seconds in. All right, Vega continuing to lead. We're 25 seconds in, race leaders over that tabletop. Pretty clean so far. Good job, drivers. 30 seconds in. All right, Vega point 2 ahead of Cardinale at the line. Cardinale 1 second ahead of Lucas. Lucas 0.2 ahead of Ray. Top 4 breaking away just a little bit here. Got Ryan Randall holding down the 5, just ahead of Merck, Kreider, and Arroyo. Oh, Lucas a little off trajectory there. That's going to put Ray back into the top 3. All right, 1 minute down, 5 minutes to go. And Ray getting it back on Lucas. Good little battle going on there. 110 down, 450 remains. Cardinale up and over, but able to get back on all 4 wheels. 115 down, 445 to go. Tony Vega down the back straight. Careful in the rhythm, guys. Careful in the rhythm. Careful at beginning of the straightaway, guys. Keep it tight. Keep it tight. All right, that's cleared up. We got a minute 30 down, 4:30 left. 1:45 in, 4:15 to go. Tabletop, tabletop. Lining the tabletop. Got one down. That is clearing up. We got a minute 50 down, 4:10 to go. Right now it's Vega, 2.8 ahead of Cardinale. Cardinale 4 seconds up on Randall. Got Randall 1.5 ahead of Kreider. Kreider 1.4 ahead of Lucas. Lucas 2.9 ahead of Ray. Ray 0.5 ahead of Brian. And Brian 1.5 ahead of Martin. Got 2:15 down, 3:45 left, drivers. $2.25 in, 3:35 to go. Tony, Art, Ryan, followed by Dave, Lucas, Ray, Brian, and Martin. Careful at the speed bump, guys. Careful in the middle. Speed bump, speed bump. That's clearing up. 3:15 to go. Vega now 1.6 ahead of Cardinale. Cardinale 6 seconds up on Ryan. Ryan 1.2 ahead of Lucas. Lucas 1.5 ahead of Dave. Dave 1 second ahead of Ray. Ray 2 seconds ahead of Brian. And Brian 7.8 ahead of Martin. We got 3 minutes in, 3 minutes to go, drivers. Careful on the left side, drivers. Careful on the left side. 2:45 remains. Fast lap of this one going to Saloni at a 16.2. Yeah, 2:35 remaining. Race leader driving the silver car over the tabletop. Relatively clear track ahead. Got Cardinale 1.5 back. Lucas holding on to that 3 spot. He's about 5.5 behind Art. Ray clocking in, about 3 seconds back of Lucas. This time around, Ryan 1.3 back of Ray. Just over 2 minutes to go, drivers. All right, 2 minutes left. Tony, Art, Lucas, Ray, Ryan, Dave, Brian, Martin, your full order. Tony Vega, race leader, driving the silver car. Art driving the multicolored car, yellow, orange, black, white. Got Lucas driving the purple and lilac. Ray driving the orange, gray, and blue. A minute 35 to go, drivers. This time around, Vega just 0.9 ahead of Cardinale. That pair finds themselves 5.5 ahead of Lucas, who finds himself 2.5 ahead of Ray. All right, got third place coming up on Kreider. 1:10 to go, drivers. Cardinale closing in on the race leader. They're making their way over that front tabletop. 1 minute left. Down the back straight we go. Vega versus Cardinale. 4/10 is the gap. Lead battle through the left side of the course. Cardinale grabbing a dot. Oh, corner, corner. 35 seconds remain. In the middle, in the middle. We got 25 seconds to go, drivers. Battle for the lead makes its way over that speed bump. Vega now up to half a second here. 10 seconds remaining. They'll get one more lap here. Making their way to the start-finish line. This time by 7/10 the gap. Through the rhythm section they go. 2 seconds remain. Next time by will be
Martin
the
Arroyo
checkered
done.
flag.
Lucas Sichigloski done. Chef Dave done. Brian Merck done. Ryan R. Randall done. Tony Vega done.
And that
All
will be
drivers are
a
finished.
race, drivers.
AJ Cardinale done.
All right, guys, I'm going to make an executive decision. Top 2 finished within a second. I'm bumping them both. The battle continues on. So Vega Cardinale, you guys made it to the B main. Our podium for this one going to be Lucas, Ryan, and Dave. All right, I'll make it an
Jordan
8-car B
Rivera.
main event.
Andrew Newell. Leader. Steve Loom. Omar Man and Salsa.
All right, if I can get my turn marshals to the track.
Tony Vega.
Looking for a few
Julian
more cars to
Taylor.
get checked in here. Okay, one more.
1 minute to the start of the race. AJ Cardinale.
All right, I got Martin out there. I got Ray out there looking for the rest of my turn marshals. Looking for the rest of my drivers from the previous group.
45 seconds to the start of the race. "30 seconds to the start of the race.
All right, I got Anthony out here. Got Martin. I got Ray. I got Ryan.
15 seconds to the start of the race.
Can I also get a Brian? Do I got Brian out there?
Yeah, Brian's over here.
Cool, awesome. All right,
Less than 5.
let's get the grid set. Mike Hughes 1, Jordan Rivera 2, Andrew Knoll 3, Omar 4, Steve 5, Julian 6, Tony 7, Art 8. All right, folks, grid is set. Drivers ready. Looks like we lost a marshal, perhaps. Jeez. Can I get someone to replace him on the left side, please? Can I get a replacement marshal, perhaps? Oh, well, Martin's going to cover. Okay, thank you, Martin. We're going racing, guys. Less than 5. Oh, it is going to be Mike Hughes out front, Jordan in the 2 spot, followed by Andrew, Julian, Steve, Tony, Art, and Omar. 25 seconds in the books. Mike Hughes driving that highlighter yellow TLR22X down the back straight. All right, 35 seconds in, 5:25 to go. Right now it's Hughes, Knoll, Taylor, Leung, Vega, Ribara, Cardinale, and Manansala. Oh. 50 in. Mike Hughes 1.6 ahead of Knoll. Knoll trying to hold off Taylor here through the middle section. Got Ribara about 1.7 back of Taylor. Vega 0.7 back of Ribara. Steve Leong just 0.6 back of Tony. Careful up front, guys. Careful up front. Hold on, hold, and go. Oh, trouble for Hughes. Tabletop. Careful landing at tabletop, guys. Well, that's going to move. Oh, man, that's going to move Hughes down to like the 5th spot. We got 130 down, 4:30 to go. Long race ahead, drivers. Long race ahead. Andrew Knoll out front, 1.3 ahead of Julian. Julian 1.6 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 1.1 ahead of Tony. Tony 1.5 ahead of Mike. Mike 1.1 ahead of Steve. Steve 3.2 ahead of Art. And Art 3.1 ahead of Omar. Race leader Andrew Knoll crosses the line once again, driving the orange top, white sides, making his way over that center speed bump into the chicane, over the tabletop, up the wall ride, through the switchbacks, down the back straight. 2 down, 4 to go. $220 down, $340 to go. Andrew Knoll making his way off the straightaway, approaching the rhythm section. He'll be coming up on Omar soon. Got 3:25 remaining. So right now, Andrew 1.8 ahead of Julian. Julian 1.1 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 1.4 ahead of Tony. Tony is 3 seconds ahead of Steve. Steve 1.6 ahead of Mike. Mike 2.2 ahead of Art. Art 5 up on Omar. We got 3 minutes to go, drivers. Fast lap of this one. Mike Hughes a 15.8. Got Jordan 15.9. Tony 15.8. Andrew also a 15.8. Everybody else low 16s. 2:55 remaining here. This is our B group, B main event on track. Battles on for the 2 spot. That is Julian versus Jordan versus Tony. Through that rhythm section they go. 2, 3, and 4 over that tabletop. Closest battle on track right now. Oh, Tony shoving his way through. 2:25 remaining. So, battle for the 2 spot. The battle to watch. They're about to make their way down the back straight. White car versus silver car versus the gray, pink, and white. That is for the 2 spot here. 2 minutes to go. Andrew now 3.6 up on Julian. Julian 0.9 ahead of Tony. Tony 0.4 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 5 up on Mike. Mike 1.2 ahead of Steve. Steve 4.9 ahead of Art. Art 2.1 ahead of Omar. A minute 40 remains. Got race leader coming up on some traffic here. That's the orange top, white sides. Second place is going to be the white car. Third, the silver. All right, leader down the back straight. A minute 25 remains. Got Andrew 2.6 ahead of Julian. Julian 0.7 ahead of Tony. Tony 1.6 ahead of Jordan. Jordan now 5 up on Mike. Mike 1 ahead of Steve. Steve 5 up on Art. Art 1.4 ahead of Omar. And Tony falling on his lid. That's going to move him back to the 4 spot. 1 minute remains, drivers. All right, 45 seconds left. Andrew 3 up on Julian. Julian 1.8 ahead of Jordan. Jordan 3 ahead of Tony. Tony 1.3 ahead of Mike. Mike 1.2 ahead of Steve. 35 seconds left in this race, guys. $20 seconds left, drivers. And seconds, drivers. 10 seconds to go. Closest battle to the finish. Looks like it's going to be Tony and Mike. They're 1 second apart. And time has expired.
Done. Julian Taylor done. AJ Cardinale done. Jordan Rivera done. Tony Vega done. Leader done.
And
Steve Loom done. All
well,
finished.
Julian, I have a question for
Andrew
you.
Knoll done.
I think I know the answer. Bump or podium? Yeah, I figured. Okay. Podium is going to be Jordan, Tony, and Mike. Jordan, Tony, Mike to the podium. Bump ups will be Andrew and Julian. All right, guys.
Kevin Allen.
Our A main event in 17.5 buggy tonight. Brandon Berry, Jeff, Kevin, Brian, Andrew, and Julian.
Barry Soppin. Rice Cakes. Goompa. Too Soon Jr.
All right, folks, after this race, we will begin the track change. I got something drawn up. Maybe I'll have to make a few more copies. That way we can circulate the copies. And As a bonus, if you're here to help work on the track, not only do you get to help test the track, but you get to help decide what direction we go. A lot of my layouts, I try to keep both directions in mind, so
Andrew Newell.
if you're here tonight, you get to help us make some decisions. Ooh,
1 minute to the
maybe,
start of the
I don't
race.
know. We got worked out into a labor contract. All right, I may need some turn marshals, please. I have hard out here.
45 seconds to the start of the race.
I'm gonna have to tell the race director.
30 seconds to the start of the race.
Yeah, he's kind of a jerk.
All right, I got Steve Omar, Mike, and Art. Can I get a few more turn marshals, please?
15 seconds to the start of the race.
I think Jordan's just helping stall for Julian here. It's all good. Hey, we can't start until
Less than
Julian's here
5.
anyway, so. All right. 8-car A-main tonight in 17.5 buggy. Let's see. We got a couple Losies on there. Got like 3 X-rays. Got a couple of B64s in that group. Nice. You know, if you kind of goose it towards the top, you can do a backflip. I was doing that during boot camp one night. Just doing backflips off the wall ride.
Julian Taylor.
So I have a feeling once I get mine built, mine's going to look just like Julian's. White body, yellow wheels. It's going to look almost identical. All right, guys. Grid is going to be Bryant 1, Brandon 2, Barry 3, Jeff 4, Kevin 5, Brian 6, Andrew 7, Julian 8. You know, maybe I'll let the kids scribble on mine with Sharpie marker or something. All right, grid is set. Drivers, best of luck. We are going racing. Less than 5. Got Mira Fuente out front. Brandon in the 2 spot. Oh, Barry on the wrong side. Hold on one sec. Just stop and go. Go, go. All right, so top 3 breaking away. A little bit of distance between them. Looks like 4, 5, 6, and 7. Very close here. And Miranda working to catch up to that pack. We got 40 seconds in. Mirafuente at 1.1 ahead of Perea. Perea 1.4 ahead of Gross. Gross 1 second up on Barry, but behind Barry it is quite the angry hornet's nest. Oh, Mirafuente up on his side. And that is going to allow Brandon Perea to take over the top spot. Down the back straight they go. Perea officially leading this lap. We got just past a minute down, just under 5 to go. Battle for the lead makes its way over the tabletop, up the wall ride, through the switchbacks around the bend, and down the back straight. Right now it's Perea, Mirafuente, and Gross, that lead breakaway. And we got about, let's see, 2.7 seconds from Brian to Barry. Barry just half a second ahead of Kevin. Kevin 1 second ahead of Julian. Julian 0.6 ahead of Andrew. Andrew 3.9 ahead of Jeff. Got a $140 down. All right, Perea over the tabletop. 2.3 ahead of BG. BG 0.7 ahead of Mirafonte. Bryant 1.4 ahead of Barry. Barry 0.4 ahead of Kevin. We got 2 minutes down and 4 minutes to go. Closest battle right now, BG versus BM. Oh, not quite enough room. 2:15 down, 3:45 left. And that Hornet's Nest is building. That's Soppet, Allen, Mirafonte, and Gross. Part of that mid-pack pack. Meanwhile, Brandon Perea, 4.2 seconds up the road. Careful in the rhythm. All right, we got 3:15 to go, guys. BP out front. He's got a 4-second gap on Soppet. Soppet 0.3 ahead of Kevin. Kevin 0.7 ahead of Brian. Brian 1.7 ahead of Andrew. Andrew 1.7 ahead of Julian. Julian 0.4 ahead of Brian. Brian 1.7 ahead of Jeff. Got 3 minutes down, 3 minutes to go, drivers. All right, BP almost 5 seconds up. A little battle here. Oh, and Kevin losing 2 spots there on that exchange. Looks like 2:40 to go, and they are still very close. It is Barry versus Brian versus Kevin for that 2 spot. The most interesting battle on track. We got 2:25 to go, drivers. Brian trying to have a look on Barry here. 2:20 remains. BG going 15.9 last pass. Battle for the 2 down the back straight. 2:05 on the clock. And this battle continues on. These guys neck and neck and neck. Back to back to back. We got a minute 50 to go. Barry, Brian, Kevin continue the battle through that rhythm section. Over the speed bump they go, through the chicane once again. Flying high over that tabletop. Turning tight onto the straightaway and mashing the gas. You got a minute 35 remaining. Brandon 6 seconds up on Barry. Barry 0.7 ahead of Brian. Brian 0.2 ahead of Kevin. Kevin 1.3 ahead of Andrew. Andrew 2.4 ahead of Julian. Julian 1.8 ahead of Bryant. And Bryant 1.1 ahead of Jeff. Got $1:15 to go, drivers. 75 seconds remain. BP continues to lead. 6 seconds. Sop it down the back straight. This time by, he is 1.2 ahead of Brian. Brian 0.2 ahead of Kevin. 1 minute to go, drivers. 1 minute left. 50 seconds remain. $45 seconds left. So we got that pack down the back straightaway. Barry has a little bit of a gap on him, but Brian, Kevin, Andrew still battling here. And you guys got Brian trying to rally and catch up with 20 seconds to go. The battle for the final podium spot here, BG versus Kevin versus Andrew. 15 seconds, drivers. This will likely be your last lap. Oh, rhythm section, guys. Careful in the rhythm.
Barry Soppet done.
And BP
Bryce
officially
Hicks done.
on a victory lap
Kevin
here.
Allen done.
He doesn't even have to finish
Andrew
this
Will
lap.
done.
He has the race
Gopa
won.
done.
You can do some donuts if you want, Brandon.
BP done. Too soon
That will
Junior
be
done.
a race. BP
All
takes home
drivers
the
are
victory.
finished.
Barry in the
Julian
2,
Taylor
followed by
done.
Brian, Kevin, Andrew, Bryant, Jeff, and Julian. All right, folks, I'll conclude Wednesday Night Racing. Thank you all for coming out. We're going to do it again on Friday. Friday Night Racing coming at you on Friday. Once again, thank you all for coming out. We'll do it again Friday. And let's begin the track build.